The Bahama Mama bonefish fly, designed by John Frazier, is a variation of a Crazy Charlie used on the flats to fish for bonefish. The fly imitates a shrimp. But just because it was designed for bonefish doesn't mean it can't be used for other fish like on the bay in New Jersey. I have caught sea trout, white and yellow perch, bluefish, and even stripers with this fly, and also with the Crazy Charlie. For the materials, I'm using a standard saltwater hook. You could use 4, 6, and 8 for this demo. I'm using a size 4. Thread, I'm using a pink shrimp color 70 denier. The wing, you could use a light brown ginger rabbit cut from the hide, but I'm using a foxtail fibers. Um, Eyes, I'm using a medium chain eyes. A veil, the fluorescent pink crystal flash. The body, pearl and orange flat diamond braid. The orange is being used as the egg sac. The legs, I'm using crazy legs, pink shrimp. And the for the head, I'm just coating it with Solarez Bone Dry Plus. Secure the hook in your vise and attach the thread behind the eye of the hook. Lay a thread foundation behind the eye. Once you cut the thread tag, continue wrapping the thread and stop it at the length of 1/4 of the hook shank behind the eye. Cut a bead chain dumbbell and secure it at the 1/3 behind the eye spot. I also like to put a little hump of thread in front of the dumbbell to help it from sliding towards the eye. Now wrap X wraps over and under the bead chain, then take wraps under the bead chain eyes to secure in place. Secure the bead chain eyes with any adhesive you prefer. I am using Solarez Bone Dry Plus here. This is a UV resin. Take 4 crazy legs. I am using shrimp pink with pearl flakes. Secure them behind the bead chain eyes. Hold the legs on top of the shank of the hook and run the thread towards the bend of the hook. Tie a couple of wraps under the legs at the bend of the hook to help them stay behind the bend. So bring your thread right behind the bead chain eyes. Tie in the orange flat diamond braid behind the bead chain eyes. Run the thread to the tail, securing the diamond braid on top of the hook shank. Bring your thread behind the bead chain eyes. Take touching wraps of the orange braid, stopping at the barb of the hook. The orange braid is used to simulate the egg sac. Now we'll just tie it right off at this point and cut the excess. Now we'll bring our thread back to the behind the bead chain eyes and get ready for the diamond braid pearl. Secure the pearl flat diamond braid behind the bead chain eye. Run your thread to the end of the orange braid, securing the pearl braid on top of the hook shank. Then bring your thread back in front of the bead chain eyes. With the pearl braid, make touching wraps towards the bead chain eyes. When you get to the bead chain eyes, cross over the eyes using X wraps to cover the thread wraps. This will also help secure the bead chain eyes to the hook shank. Once you cover the hook wraps, cut the excess and tie it off. Turn the hook upside down. This fly rides with the hook point up because the eyes are tied on top of the hook shank. This helps keep from snagging on the bottom. I took hair from a foxtail for the wing, but you can use rabbit fur, calf tail, or any synthetic. I only want the tips to go past the hook bend at least one gap width thick. Now with your tying thread, build a head for the fly. Take 4 strands of pink crystal flash for the veiling. I use 2 strands and double them over. They should lay over the wing. Just keep using your tying thread to build a nice tapered head for the fly. Now take your whip finisher and whip finish the thread and then cut the thread. Now coat the head with a adhesive. I'm using a UV resin called Solarez Bone Dry Plus. So I'll just coat it top and bottom, make it nice and even, and then take the UV lamp to harden the head. Okay, trim the crystal flash even with the wing, and then trim the tail to make it 1.5 the length of the shank of the hook. Now you could tie this fly in many different colors: your pinks, your greens, your olives, just whites, just to match the shrimp that is in your area.